All right, so as you guys can see, today we're going to be going over Too Lazy to Try's new video. Wes Watson has a meltdown over his haters. I've been a fan of Too Lazy to Try for a while now. I discovered him by watching Turkey Tom and Tom Dark. If you don't know who that is, you should check him out. Not that he needs a shout out from a person like me, but he makes really good content, pretty fact-based, unbiased. And I just love stuff like this where fake alpha males who grift and take advantage of people in a bad spot in life get, outed, I guess. And this Wes Watson guy is the definition of of that. I've gone over alpha males a little bit, and it's kind of a dangerous territory to get into because they're very passionate, in case you can't tell, and so is their fan base. But I think it's important to kind of stand up to these guys because there's a lot of young impressionable men on the internet, and they get taken advantage of by this exact thing. So
Oh my God! There's a whole group of weirdos on the internet that have 10-inch arms and play on their computer all day that make videos about jacked, tattooed studs that refer to us not as alphas and they think they're men. Oh my God! Look at the videos of these people. Look at these people. Oh my God. Oh my God. No way this is real. We're in the Twilight Zone, you guys. Whoa! You guys are literally going to hell. You guys are literally the worst people on the planet.
All right, so it looks like the hater.
yeah, before he gets into it, I just want to say, jacked alpha male tatted studs. Yeah, I hate to break this to you guys, but if you have to go around parading that you are something to everybody, chances are you're not that thing. It's the same concept as nice guys. Like, if you go around telling everybody, well, I'm a nice guy, I'm a nice guy, chances are you're probably not that. So, yeah, when I hear stuff like that where it's like, he's talking like that, it just sounds like pure and utter insecurity. But then again, insecurity is the name of the game when it comes to these people. They are insecure themselves, but they also prey off of insecure people, young men or men.
Are really starting to get to Wes Watson. I mean, he spends a lot of time now just flipping out about them, which is funny because he also acts like he's so busy and his time is so valuable. He needs to charge $10,000 for a podcast appearance, and the podcast will barely break 10,000 views. But that's how important he thinks he is. He thinks his time is worth that much. To get him to sit down for an hour, it's going to be 10 grand. Because he obviously has more important things to be doing, like yelling about his haters.
Oh my God!
I mean, it's crazy. Some people pay this guy $3,000 a month for him to be their life coach. Like, imagine paying that kind of money to have this guy yell at you once a week, and then you see him on Instagram crying about his haters. Like, that's what he's so busy with. That's why he has to charge so much money for people to talk to him. But it turns out you can actually save some money and get him to yell at you for free if you just make a video about him.
Whoa!
Like, almost every other day now, he's trying to cope with the haters. He thinks people are making fun of him because they're just jealous. That's what he's telling himself, of course. He thinks everybody should want to be like him, which is crazy because he just seems miserable.
Nobody
Yeah.
likes you people. You guys are like the byproduct of everybody that nobody likes that got together to
Whoa, good
attack.
roast. Anyways, no, he's right. Like, I don't know how this isn't obvious, but does this look like a happy person? Does this sound like a happy person? I don't know. In my experience, happy people are more, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess less roid ragey, less aggressive, less unhappy. Yeah, that's the word. Like, this does not look like happiness. And, you can tell yourself that you're blue in the face, oh, I'm happy. But, I mean, it shows for itself. Like, it shows through your actions and the way you are. And, I mean, this is also the guy that, yelled at his landscapers for using a leaf blower. The thing they're paid to do to clean up his property. He's yelling about it. because they're doing their job. Yeah. I know it's cringe to have a job. A lot of these guys, think like that. It's cringe to have a job, to work an honest 9 to 5, or, that's just that's beta, frankly. And you're kind of a bitch for doing it. So you should be ashamed because it's not like we need that for a functioning society or anything. But yeah, you should probably be embarrassed. I don't know. I just wouldn't really take advice from this guy, but let's see where this video goes, I guess.
The good-looking person. This is like what happens. A bunch of ugly, weirdo trolls attacking the good-looking people who kill it. It's weird. That's weird. You guys are weird. Oh my God. Listen. I've never made a video with someone else's name in it. Every time these write me or talk shit, I just give them the address of where I'm at and I say, show up. You're not a man if you talk shit online. I've never DM'd another man talking shit. I've responded and said, here's the address. Let's handle business. I mean, I only respond. I've never thought about another man and wrote him. Jealousy and envy is a trait of females. You weirdos. You men out there right now are acting like a bunch of women. But look at
jealousy and envy is a trait of females. Brother, most of what you rely on is people being jealous and envying your place in life and wanting to get there. And most of what you flex about relies on jealousy and envy existing. And if I'm not mistaken, your audience is men, not women. So you're straight up just wrong. But also, you are the epitome of, look at me, I have this and that and this and that. It's like, oh, I don't care about what other men think. That's for females. Brother, you're wrong. You're lying.
These aren't even men. These are beta broad bitches.
And it's so funny he gets this worked up about all the criticism he gets, because if it's really just a bunch of haters and losers, then why does he care so much about what they think? Like, also, he'll try to act like he doesn't respond to them because he doesn't mention anybody's name. But now he's even responding to random comments in videos. Like, he started making fun of somebody who made a video about him, and he just showed the thumbnail and wouldn't say their name, because I guess he thinks if he doesn't say exactly who he's talking about, then it's not him responding or talking shit. Because this is right after he just got done saying he doesn't care what the haters think and he'll never talk about them or respond. But of course, that's what he does, even though he thinks it's different because he didn't mention anybody's name.
Us right here, we're not rats. We're not collecting evidence on people. We don't post them and tag them. We don't put their name in anything. Any of my people, we don't get down like that. A lot of these broads out here do. They post other people with their names and their tags, and they think they're tough. But the whole thing is, if you really don't like the person, you got a problem with them, go fuck them up then. Go fuck them up then. Because nobody means that much to me. I don't think about them. Like, you should see the guy who made the video. Oh my God. He's like, see these fake alpha males right here? Like, they really think they're alphas. Dude, it's crazy. The guy's a weasel. But, you guys, I know I said we're not buying into it no more, but someone sent me that video, and I just like the thumbnail. So I'm not, like, hating on haters or...
Yeah, guys, he's not hating on the haters or buying in. You don't understand. Even though he's completely contradicting everything he's saying the second after he says it, he's not, though. And you just don't understand that because you're not alpha and you're just a hater and you're not based and you're an idiot compared to him.
Or buying into the hater shit. I really just wanted to show you how amazing that thumbnail is. And I like being side by side with that big Mike dude because I think he's a real motherfucker.
And of course, Wes is a fan of Manchild Mike. They're basically the same person. If you're not familiar with him, I made a video about him a couple weeks ago. But basically, he kept talking shit about this other gym influencer, Jeff Nippard. But Mike was doing Wes's move where he wouldn't say exactly who he's talking about. So Jeff decided to make a polite response video, and Mike just lost it and attacked him at the gym. And of course...
Yeah, nothing like shitting on Jeff Nippard one of the most, like, you know, genuine science-based people in that space, you know, unproblematic, and you just assault the dude. And of course, this guy's like, yeah, I like being side by side next to that manly man because he's a real mother. He's a real mother. He's real, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, hey, no hate. If you like being next to him for other reasons, you could just say that. You don't have to hide it. But I think it's no secret that Wes likes aggression. So, of course, he's going to be attracted to a man like Big Mike.
Wes is a fan of this behavior.
A lot of people are in the comments going, he wasn't heckling him. It was a normal debate. The little bitch boy knows he's trying to get under the skin of the monster. Don't push the motherfucker's buttons. And if you shouldn't even been in arm's distance of that beast-ass motherfucker. You shouldn't even have been in arm's distance of him unless you were trying to start a problem. There's no...
Okay, there's a lot to unpack there. He unironically just said that, you know, he shouldn't have even been in arm's length of that beast-ass motherfucker. Yeah, dude, that's how, like, divorced dads talk when they're, you know, getting in a fight at a local bar or something. Like, that's insane. I mean, I don't understand. Maybe Wes sees something in Big Mike that I don't, but I don't think, me personally, I don't think when you have a disagreement with somebody and you just resort to physical violence, especially when you're bigger than that person and have the advantage, I don't think that's manly. I don't think that's beast. I don't think that's being a, you know, you could use any excuse you want. Like, well, hey, he awakened the beast, all right? He brought the beast out. It's not Big Mike's fault. Once the beast is out, he cannot be contained. All right, have you ever seen Split, huh? You ever see that? Yeah, kind of similar situation, all right? It's not his fault.
way you were even that close unless you were provoking him.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. He didn't come attack you. You were standing there confronting him like you wanted some business, and you didn't. You should have left the fucking gym and known you were too big of a bitch, and you were going to call the cops.
And of course, Wes loves what Mike did because...
Yeah, because who calls the cops after being assaulted? Like, honestly, dude, what are you doing? Like, take the punch, let him keep going through life, never facing repercussions. Otherwise, you're just a punk bitch, man.
I'm sure that's like his dream scenario, you know, to see one of his haters at the gym and to try to fight them.
And not one person has 100%. Pulled up. Can one of you guys just make all you losers look impressive and just pull up and try to do something? Just try. Just come on.
And it's funny because apparently he once had the opportunity to fight one of his haters at the gym. This guy claims he got into an argument with Wes and he told him, let's go outside. So you'd think this is the moment Wes is waiting for. But the guy said instead of going outside, Wes went and told on him and tried to get him kicked out of the gym.
So we had words, and as a man, I challenged him to go outside and settle it, and he refused. I was then called into management, and because I used derogatory comments, and AKA Wes Watson is a snitch, and went to the management and cried about it because he's got all these followers and thinks he's big, high, mighty, and powerful, that then after that, I was told that I was no longer allowed to be at...
So basically, Wes wants to be called out. He gets called out, and then he runs and tattles like a fifth grader. Got it.
My place of business.
So that was an opportunity for him to act tough, but it sounds like he backed down. And it's funny, he claims everybody's scared of him, but he's the one that won't directly call anybody out, and he only acts tough if he knows he can win in a fight with somebody. Also, apparently now he's telling his fans to go respond to people's videos and spam the comments, which is just hilarious. You know, he thinks it's more mature and more manly to not publicly respond to anybody, but to privately tell your followers to go troll people. Like, apparently in one of his newsletters or something, he told his fans to go respond to this guy's video who critiqued him on his shoulder raises.
I made a reaction video to Wes doing front shoulder raises yesterday. So I guess this is like the email newsletter that goes out to all his little fans. And he told his little fans to go get my video, basically. Go flood it with comments and troll me. Now, Wes, is that really like the most massive...
Yeah, that's grown-up behavior for sure. I mean, just telling someone to... You might as well try to dox him and then tell your audience to go raid his house at this point. I mean, this is just crazy. And, you know, like, too lazy to try kind of mentioned. Nothing quite as manly as beating up somebody smaller than you. That's what I was saying. Like, the guy, Jeff Nippert is massive. He's a tank, but he was still smaller than that guy. And the guy beats up on him. Wes is like, yeah, that's the shit I like to see. Like, yeah, okay, doesn't seem very manly to me. At least not the way I was raised. But I guess it's part of the problem and the beauty of it. Like, everyone has their own definition of masculinity, and some people are more insecure, so hey, physical violence, why not? Especially when they're smaller than you and you could take them.
Masculine, alpha, man, tough guy thing you can do. What is this shit, Wes? Like, really, what is this shit? You want to talk? Let's talk. You want to work out together? Let's work out together. There's no beef here. I'm just talking about your shitty form online.
So Wes claims he won't respond to anyone or mention them because he doesn't care what they think. He's above that. But then he'll spend all his time ranting about them, and now he's even telling his fans to respond to them. Like, somehow he thinks that's better than just responding himself. I mean, he just gets more ridiculous every day. It's so funny to watch.
Well, yeah,
and instead of
if you don't respond yourself and you just tell your fans to respond, then you're not addressing it and you're innocent. Honestly, it's a foolproof plan and mindset, and I respect it. It's very commendable.
Maybe having some self-awareness, he just acts like everybody else is the problem. He just tries to cope with all the criticism by acting like all he's doing is just trying to help people. So if you criticize him, then you're trying to prevent people from getting sober and getting in shape.
You guys are horrible fucking people. We're trying to get people to have good habits and kill it through free fucking content or very inexpensive programs. And you guys are trying to deter these people from being sober, getting in shape, and loving themselves and their habits. What the fuck is the matter with you, weirdo?
That's very manipulative. Like, I mean, saying that is just kind of crazy because, oh, sorry, my dog has to shake off apparently. But saying that's pretty crazy because that's not what people are doing, and he knows this, and that he's just trying to cover his own ass because he knows he's a manipulator and a scammer, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, obviously my channel is kind of all over the place in terms of like what I cover. And I want it to be like that because it's just like, I'm not doing this to, follow a trend and get famous overnight. Like, I created this channel to make a community, to foster a community, hopefully to maybe even help people, to give my thoughts on stuff I care about, to talk about what I want. And this is something I want to talk about because, to be honest, when COVID was happening and I was or before COVID happened and when Tate was coming up, I was in a darker place, and I kind of fell into his trap and his gimmick of what he was selling because, I never really had, I guess, like a real father figure to look up to. And, it's easy to get swayed, or I guess to think that you're on the wrong side just because these guys look successful, seem successful, They seem like they got it going on, and it's like, why wouldn't you want that? Well, the more I've experienced life, the more I've learned. You don't find quality people acting like that, especially quality like partners. You find quality partners by being a good person. Being gentle and caring is not a weakness or a bad thing. It's not it doesn't make you a bitch. I think it makes you more of a man to allow yourself to be, kind and gentle. But also, obviously, don't just be a pushover. I mean, if someone, is trying to beat your ass, don't just sit there like a pacifist and just get hit in the face repeatedly. But at the same time, you shouldn't go seeking out fights. And that's my opinion on what, being a man kind of means. I've delved into this much more in other videos, but I'm just saying, this guy, I hope you guys realize this is not not a shining example of what you should want to be. That's just my opinion, but, I don't know. Just my opinion, I guess, but that's what I think.
You guys are literally going to hell. You guys are literally the worst people on the planet.
You're not going to hell.
You're telling them to
You
hate
might,
their bodies
yes.
by being sluggish, fat, sloppy. You guys are telling them drinking and smoking and shit's okay. And you guys are literally making them believe that they should be jealous, envious, and negative.
Literally nobody's doing that besides you make them feel bad if they don't work out or if they're not like doing everything the exact same way you do. Like working out's great, but I've also gone over this before where it's like working out is great, but let people do stuff the way that works for them. Not everybody has to go cold turkey and be like David Goggins, all right? If somebody's moving and trying to better themselves day by day, or even if they miss a day, if they keep trying to better themselves, let them do it. There's nothing bad about that. But these guys, for them, it's like, well, if you're not doing it my way, then it's not good enough. And then he's saying that these people are encouraging them to like be alcoholics and all this shit. No one's doing that. They're just saying don't spend $10,000 a month on a course for a bald guy to yell at you. In case you guys haven't noticed, it's a bit of a pyramid scheme wherein he gets people to give him money so he can keep having his lifestyle, to make you think that he's, rich and successful for, creating a product that actually is useful instead of just yelling at strangers on the internet that are lost in life. So yeah, I hope you realize like this is not, in my opinion, this is not the best way to go, not the best way to become a man. And there's some people that, don't realize it. Like I did not realize it. But hopefully you do one day. You learn because, life does get better when you're not so angry all the time. Like a lot of these guys I've noticed or a lot of their fan base I've noticed are like angry at women because they've been cheated on or wronged or they've been, something or the other. And it's like, dude, I understand it could hurt to have that happen to you. But at the same time, if you let that turn you into a bad person, then that's being a weak man. Letting somebody else's actions make you something you're not or turn you into something else is being a weak man.
Towards people who are trying hard to change their lives. You fucking weirdos. Whoa. You weirdos need to stop making up your delusional stories. It's weird. It's weird as fuck. Look it. I don't exist to any of you guys. I don't know you guys.
Yeah, so this guy is just something else. I mean, it's so funny he thinks this is the best way to address the criticism. Like, I don't know if he'll ever realize how big of a joke he's become, and he just keeps feeding into it. Instead of him realizing maybe there's some valid criticism, he just thinks he's the victim and everybody's out to get him and they want to tear him down because they're all just jealous haters that don't want to see him succeed and don't want him to help people or something. Like that's pretty much how Wes has been coping with this. So it's not going very well. But let me know what you guys think and make sure you check out my Patreon account if you enjoyed this video and are a fan of the channel. I have over 100 exclusive videos on there and I recently...
Yeah, Too Lazy to Try has a lot of great stuff. You guys should check him out. But I mean, he's right. And I don't know. I guess it's different because everyone experiences life differently, but just from my experiences alone, when I acted more aggressive and when I was more like these alpha male YouTuber guys, I noticed I attracted people I didn't really like and I didn't want to be around. And, I was the most unhappy I've ever been in life. And I was wondering, I kept wondering, like, why? What's wrong with me? Why does this keep happening to me? And then I had to take a long look at myself in the mirror and, kind of look inward and be like, well, maybe this is why. Like, maybe I'm not a good person. Maybe this isn't what, girls want, or at least good people. And, it turned out better for me. I'm the happiest I've ever been. And I'm not saying that that's like an instant fix and then you do that and your whole life will turn around, but I'm just saying it's a step in the right direction. And I think it's better to take the harder route in life and have some integrity and, be able to look yourself in the mirror rather than be like these guys and be like, well, hey, I'm rich and successful and you're not. Well, cool, but, I still have a soul. I could still say I'm happy with the person I am, like genuinely happy. I don't have to say I'm happy as I'm screaming at a camera about my haters, especially when I'm like in my 40s. I should probably have kids and, be at a different place. But, that's besides the point. That kids don't matter. None of that matters when you have a Bugatti, even if it's rented. Who cares, right? So, yeah, hopefully you guys realize that the same stuff a lot of people have thankfully started to catch on to and realize. And yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to kind of give my quick thoughts on this, even though it's not so quick. But I just got a lot of passion for the topic. What can I say?